Pag-usapan natin yung paparating na second window para sa Gilas Pilipinas sa kanilang FIBA Asia Cup Qualifiers campaign. Okay, nung first window, ang mga nakalaban ng Gilas Pilipinas ay Hong Kong tsaka Chinese Taipei. Kontra Hong Kong, nanalo ang Gilas Pilipinas 94-64, 30-point lead. And sa Chinese Taipei naman at home, tinalo nila 106-53. Ang laking lamang nun na hindi ko na nga magawa yung math kung gano'ng kalaki yung lamang. Anyway, so coming to the second window, may mga injuries lang din yung Gilas Pilipinas. So, wala pang Jamie Malonzo tsaka AJ Edu. Pero that's fine, I guess. Kaso malaking kawalan din yung dalawang yun kasi defensively, malaking impact yung pwede na lang ma-provide, especially against a New Zealand team na throughout the years, hirap tayong pigilan. And isa pang naging headline last week was Justin Brownlee. Apparently, grabe yung nagawa ng last conference sa katawan niya. Lalo na yung finals matchup against Rondae Hollis Jefferson and TNT's defense in general. Pinahirapan talaga si Justin Brownlee. So ang resulta, pagod si Justin Brownlee, nagre-recover pa lang. Maglalaro naman si Justin Brownlee kasi makakapagpahinga naman siya for a few days. So ng first window si Justin Brownlee, he averaged 21 points per game, 10 rebounds per game, and 6 assists per game. So pwede rin natin sabihin kasi na tong team na to, well-oiled machine siya to the point na hindi na siguro nila kailangan ganong umasa kay Justin Brownlee. Kailangan na lang maglaro ni Brownlee as Justin Brownlee and mahuhulog na lahat ng pyesa sa mga lugar nila. So, unang makakalaban ng Gilas Pilipinas ay ang New Zealand na throughout the years, hirap talaga sila. And yung New Zealand team kasi na to, hindi sila yung team na pag unang tingin mo pa lang, okay, 3-point specialist tong team na to. Okay, defensive team. Parang pag tinignan mo sila, balanced team sila. Parang lahat ng aspeto above average sila. First 2 games sa New Zealand, 50% sila from the field, averaging 89 points per game. Pero ang napansin ko, okay, 16.5 assists per game sila, which is mababa compared sa Gilas, pero kasi talagang mataas lang yung Gilas Pilipinas. Anyway, so yung New Zealand, 16.5 assists per game sila, pero nag-average din sila ng 15 turnovers per game. So ang ibig sabihin sa akin ito is that yung magiging malaking factor dito for Gilas Pilipinas is how they defend New Zealand. Okay? Magpe-pressure ba sila sa bola, sa point of attack? Are they going to blitz ball screens? Are they going to utilize their length, especially having Chris Newsome? So siguro, since parehas naman na teams like Gilas and New Zealand, parehas na teams to, above average offensive team. So parang ang magiging difference dito between the two ay kung paano sila maglalaro ng depensa. Speaking of depensa, malaking bagay din na si Kai Sotto, even though kakagaling lang sa concussion protocol, mukhang makakalaro naman siya sa second window. Magiging importante si Kai dito kasi having Kai Sotto underneath the basket, protecting the rim, allows Gilas Pilipinas to send their wings, their guards, to guard way up high and be the help defense sa secondary line ng defense kapag yung guards nila nag-pressure up high. Having Kai Sotto underneath relieves the pressure for the wings to tag the roller. From defense, pag-usapan naman natin ang offense. So, for Gilas Pilipinas, sa first 2 games nila, sa first window, nag-average sila ng 31.5 assists per game. Okay, ang dami ng 31 assists per game kasi 79% of their total field goals were assisted. So, ibig sabihin nun, okay, kinuha ko yung total assists, kinuha ko yung total field goals, dinivide ko yung dalawa, and then ang result nun, yung percentage kung ganong kadami yung assisted doon sa mga yon. So, 79%. Ibig sabihin, sa kada 10 field goals nila, 8 doon assisted. And grabe yun. That's because, even though yung players and yung system in general, bagong kalalagay pa lang, pag yung triangle offense kasi, meron siyang mga weaknesses, meron siyang mga parts na hindi ideal. Pero kapag nasa national team ka, kasi pwede mong i-customize yung roster to your liking. So kung in general, ang triangle offense hindi nakakapag-generate ng 3-point shots or open looks from the outside, hindi maglalagay ka ng shooter sa wing, so immediately solves your problem, di ba? Triangle offense, kailangan mo ng post anchor na kaya mag-playmake. Kung sa PBA, mahirapan kang humanap ng kapalit ni Sistan, pero sa Gilas Pilipinas, meron kang Kai Sotto. So that's the beauty of this team, Gilas Pilipinas team na to. And I think meron silang chance kontra New Zealand. Kasi yes, kagaya ng sabi ko kanina, New Zealand, good at everything sila. Wala silang standout skill. And yung Gilas Pilipinas, on the other hand, medyo para sila na wala silang standout skill, pero they do things more efficiently, more effectively. And the fact na yung Gilas Pilipinas, they have the tools to play defense on a high level, gives them an advantage to just play their offense and execute their system. And you play defense, okay, you game plan your defense and yung offense, magge-generate na yan mag-isa. And I think meron silang chance kontra New Zealand. So, yan yung short preview natin sa parating na second window. Yung kontra sa Hong Kong, I don't have any expectations. Pero yung sa New Zealand, nakaka-excite.